Hi everyone, I'm Whitney and I lead the learning teams at Cincinnati Museum Center. Now just because we don't have the story tree with us today doesn't mean we can't still have story tree time. And today we're going to read The Most Magnificent Thing, which is written and illustrated by Ashley Spires. Now before we get started, let's settle ourselves in to listen. First, let's take a deep breath in just like we're smelling the roses. And then let's let that breath out just like we're blowing out our birthday candles. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in and out. All right, ready to read? Let's begin. The Most Magnificent Thing. This is a regular girl and her best friend in the whole wide world. They do all kinds of things together. They race, they eat, they explore, they relax. She makes things and he unmakes things. One day, the girl has a wonderful idea. She is going to make the most magnificent thing. She knows just how it will look. She knows just how it will work. All she has to do is make it, and she makes things all the time. Easy peasy. First, she hires an assistant. Do you have someone in your house who helps you do projects? Next, they gather their supplies. They set up somewhere out of the way and get to work. Does that look out of the way to you, right there in the middle of that city street? The girl tinkers and hammers and measures, while her assistant pounces and growls and chews. When she's finished, she steps back to admire her work. She walks around one side and her assistant examines the other side. It doesn't look right. Her assistant picks it up and gives it a shake. It doesn't feel right either. They are shocked to discover that the thing isn't magnificent or good. It isn't even sorta kinda okay. It's all wrong. The girl tosses it aside and gives it another go. I like that she sticks with it. She smooths and wrenches and fiddles. Her assistant circles and tugs and wags. When she's finished, she stands up and takes a long look at it. Her assistant gives it a nudge with his paw. The thing is still wrong. She decides to try again. The girl saws and glues and adjusts. She stands and examines and stares. She twists and tweaks and fastens. She fixes and straightens and studies. Well, she tries all kinds of different ways to make it better. She makes it square. She makes it round. She gives it legs. She adds antennae. She makes it fuzzy. She makes it long, short, rough, smooth, big, small. One even smells of stinky cheese. Ew. But none of them are magnificent. Her hard work attracts a few admirers, but they don't understand. They can't see the magnificent thing that she has in her mind. She gets mad. Have you ever been frustrated that something that's in your head just won't get down on paper, that you can't describe to anyone else? The angrier she gets, the faster she works. She smashes pieces into shapes. She jams parts together. She pummels the little bits in. Her hands feel too big to work, and her brain is too full of all the not right things. This thing would only just work. How frustrating. Crunch! Oh dear, she smashed her finger. The pain starts in her finger. It rushes right up to her brain, and she explodes. It is not her finest moment. Have you ever been so frustrated you could just explode? I'm no good at this, I quit. Her assistant suggests a walk. A walk can be a wonderful way of working out your feelings. Well, it's not much help at first, but before long she starts to feel different. Bit by bit, the mad gets pushed out of her head. As they stroll along, she comes across the first wrong thing she made. The bad feelings are about to start all over again, but then she notices something surprising. There are some parts of the wrong things that are really quite right. The bolts on one, the shape of another, the wheel to seat ratio of the next. Well, there are all sorts of parts that she likes. By the time she reaches the end of the trail, she finally knows how to make the thing magnificent. She gets to work. She works carefully and slowly, tinkering, hammering, twisting, fiddling, gluing, painting. Her assistant makes sure that there are no distractions. This man says, "This is the perfect thing to ward off bears." The woman says, "Well, this will stop that leak." And the kid says, "This one's all wet." The afternoon fades into evening. Finally, she finishes. She alerts her assistant. The pair take a good long look. It leans a little to the left, and it's a bit heavier than expected. The color could use a bit of work too, but it's just what she wanted. They climb aboard and take it for a spin. They are not disappointed. It really is the most magnificent thing. The end. For activities related to this story, I invite you to check out Wonder Zone on CMC's website at cincymuseum.org. The papier-mâché dragons and hoop glider activities are particularly good companions for this book. We can't wait to see you back in Duke Energy Children's Museum just as soon as CMC reopens. In the meantime, as a nonprofit organization, we rely on ticket sales to operate, and of course, those things aren't possible at this time. So if you enjoyed this activity, I hope you'll consider helping support Cincinnati Museum Center by donating at the link at the bottom of your screen. Thanks, and we hope to see you soon.